a legendary franchise that stood the test of time, having lots of dynasties, kind of like the Celtics. The Los Angeles Lakers, shockingly enough, had never started in Los Angeles. A lot of people said the Lakers have not been in one spot like Boston. No. When the NBA started in 1947, the Lakers were in Minneapolis. It made sense because, Minneapolis is a land of 1,000 or 10,000 lakes. Yeah, 10,000 lakes. But the funny thing about Minneapolis with this Lakers team actually is it was a dynasty. It was a great team in the late 40s and early 50s. They had some very solid players like George Mikan, Jim Pollard, Fern Mickelson, Howie Dalmore. I don't think it was Dalmore, but anyway. Yeah, George Mikan was a legend. He was almost 7 foot tall. He could dunk the ball heavily. He was like MVP like 4 times in the 1950s. Basically, no one could stop his presence. The NBA tried to ruin Mikan by making the lanes wider so that you know there were more 3 second calls that George Mikan would basically they try to cut Mikan's thing down. They used the shot clock era to stop Minneapolis by trying to stall for the ball and all that, which was a nice. Thank you very much, Danny Bigtove. And then they tried everything to get the Lakers to lose things. That's how good the Minneapolis Lakers were in the 40s and 50s. The NBA tried to follow them, and almost all the time they failed miserably. Unfortunately, the Lakers fell flat once George Mikan decided to retire and had lots of injuries. A funny story though, in the 1950s, the Minneapolis Lakers almost all died at the same time. There was a crash right into a Nebraska cornfield. I think it was Nebraska, and thankfully no one got hurt badly. So anyway, the Minneapolis Lakers, because they were losing money, went to Los Angeles. Basically, everyone says go to the West Coast. They don't like major league sports. With baseball coming in 1958, football coming in 1945, and hockey coming in 1967, basketball wanted to follow the money. And in 1960, the Lakers went to California and played, and have stayed in Laker country since. The LA Lakers in the 1960s were always good enough to make the finals, but always spoiled by the Boston Celtics. It was huge. I mean, the Lakers couldn't seem to win a title without bumping into the Celtics. The Lakers had a few good seasons in the 1960s after the Celtics dynasty broke up, but the Celtics made a better dynasty. 68 and 69, the Celtics beat the Lakers. Lakers were pissed off. One of the greatest chances to break the Celtics dynasty was 1962 when Frank Salvi had a 15-footer for the win, and he missed, and the Celtics forced overtime in that game 7. So anyway, Boston was a dynasty. LA was basically always second best. But the Lakers in the 1970s did decent. One year they actually had a 32-game winning streak, and they won the title. It also helped that in the mid 70s, after Will Chamberlain retired, that they made a big trade and got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. All it cost them was Junior Bridgman and Brian Waters. Junior Bridgman was a pretty good collegiate player and a pretty good Milwaukee Buck in the 70s, but Winters was only known for being, I believe, the first coach in Vancouver Grizzlies history. Do. So anyway, the Lakers in the 70s weren't as in the late 70s were not as powerful as they seemed to be in the 60s or the 80s. But a fresh-faced rookie by the name of Irvin Magic Johnson from Michigan State, who was fresh off a collegiate championship in 1979 in the highest-rated college basketball final of all time, still to this day, like 4 decades later. So they got Magic Johnson. In his first game, he was electric. And it took a last-second shot by Kareem to beat the San Diego Clippers. More on the Clippers in the next video, I believe, right? Yeah, the next video will deal with the LA Clippers. No, sorry. The next video one more. There'll be one video that'll deal with the Clippers, but not yet. So anyway, let's get on with this situation here. So the LA Lakers in the 1980s were powerful, but they still had to deal with the Celtics lots of times in the 1980s. The Lakers did win the 1980 NBA championships with rookie Magic Johnson. After all, he took over center from Abdul-Jabbar, an ailing Abdul-Jabbar, and won Game 6 in Philadelphia for the Lakers. Lakers finally, in 1985, finally got a title against the Celtics. They never beat the Celtics for an NBA championship, Minneapolis or Los Angeles, until 1985. Even though they got ruined in the Memorial Day Massacre when they lost by more than 30 points in Game 1 of the NBA Finals. They came roaring back. 87, they did the same thing, thanks to Magic Johnson's junior sky hook against the Celtics in Game 5, I believe. 5 or 6. I think it was 5. The Lakers were proven. In the late 80s, they even took care of the Detroit Pistons in Game 7 when, I don't remember who. Was it Magic or was it Kareem? One of those guys actually had kind of an injury and then came roaring back in the fourth quarter of Game 7. But anyway, the Lakers dynasty wasn't completely dead. In the 90s, things changed. Well, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar had to retire in 1989. James Worthy retired a few seasons later. But anyway, the Lakers in 91 actually were the foil to Michael Jordan's first ever NBA championship, because the Lakers seemed to always have the Bulls by the horns. Unfortunately, just before the 91-92 season started and the Lakers were going to try to get revenge for the Bulls beating them in the final, Magic announced something that we all didn't anticipate. He had HIV. He didn't have the AIDS virus. He still doesn't. So basically, Magic has HIV, but he has still not hit the AIDS virus. It shocked a lot of people. It made mass hysteria in a sense about being on the basketball court for blood and all that. Magic knew his basketball career was over. However, the fans were more sympathetic than the NBA and decided to get Magic Johnson in as a member of the 1992 Western Conference All-Star team in Orlando. And Magic put on a clinic. MVP baby. He came back for some games. Unfortunately, though, he didn't have the fitness capacity, and the teammates were pissed off at him or something like that, and he left. 1996, he came back. He didn't play with Kobe Bryant because Kobe was drafted drafted in the 96 draft, but no. Magic played some games. I believe he played the Raptors and did okay against them. But anyway, he left at the end. So anyway, the Lakers had problems. In the draft, they actually didn't get Kobe Bryant. I don't think the Lakers got anyone. But anyway, Charlotte got Kobe Bryant. I thought the Hornets preordained a deal with LA, sending Kobe's rights to the Lakers for flatty D back in a few other people. So anyway, the Lakers had a problem with center. But they knew what they were doing because Shaq came over as a free agent. So Shaq and Kobe came at the same time and helped the Lakers do well. They didn't get to the finals until 2000, but they were a dynasty. Although the Lakers did win the 2000 Western Conference Finals, 2 did back Portland choked massively. I'll deal with that when I talk about Portland. But anyway, in 2000, the Lakers easily beat Larry Bird and his Pacers. 2001, they were just as dominant, taking down the Philadelphia 76ers. Lakers only lost one playoff game that year, and that was to the Sixers thinking one of the NBA Finals. Otherwise, they El Correcto. 2002, they faced a unsympathetic New Jersey Nets team and easily crushed them in 4 games. Kobe and Shaq had problems dealing with San Antonio the next year. And then in 2004, they got to the finals again. But Detroit shocked them by winning in 6 games. Kobe and Shaq had a relationship that was fractured, one accusing the other of things. Shaq went to Miami, Kobe stayed in LA. Obviously, the Lakers were going to keep their golden child, even though Kobe had a problem with a sex crime, or what he thought was going to be a sex crime of a woman in Colorado. But it was mostly because the woman had fabricated her story to try to get money from Kobe. That the story Kobe ended up winning the case. Anyway, the Lakers were not really that well. They tried the super team with Gary Payton and Karl Malone, but it didn't work out. They didn't get a title because of that. The Lakers in 2009 had some young fresh faces, like Andrew Bynum. And the Lakers looked good. The Lakers won the 2009 title easily over the Magic, and then, of course, took care of Boston, so they had back-to-back titles in the 2010s. The Lakers tried to get something going, but Miami just was too much. Lakers didn't even get to a final in the 2010s. The Lakers now are trying a super team with Anthony Davis and LeBron James. 2019, it didn't work out. LeBron actually did something that he only did once before, and not make the playoffs. That was his rookie campaign. No sympathy for LeBron. I just don't have sympathy for LeBron. As a jilted Raptors fan, every time he played the Raptors in the playoffs, you can feel it. So anyway, the Lakers team I want to talk about with the what if is 1986. Thinking, 1986, didn't they win the title? No, they didn't even make the final. Thus, they were eligible. No way. The 1986 Lakers, seen in the photo, took on the Houston Rockets in the Western Conference Finals. Houston did not really have much of a team. They did have some decent players, like Moses Malone. I would say Moses Malone. I might be wrong. Moses Malone and Ralph Sampson. No, not Moses Malone. They had him for a while. Ralph Sampson and Hakeem Olajuwon, the Twin Towers. Houston didn't really have a lot of household names other than those two. And yet the Rockets managed to shock the Lakers in 5 games and get to the NBA Finals, where Boston basically shoveled them away. So the what if is obvious. The 1986 Lakers and the 1986 Celtics meet in the NBA Finals, and the Lakers are trying to win back-to-back titles against the Celtics. All right, so the 86 Lakers won 62 games, whereas the 86 Celtics won 67. Celtics won revenge. You got Magic, you got Byron Scott, you got James Worthy, Kurt Rambis, Abdul-Jabbar starting for the Lakers. Celtics, DJ, Dennis Johnson, Danny Ainge, Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, Robert Parrish. An all-star cornucopia. Well, the cornucopia went to overtime, where the Celtics won narrowly, 110-108, and narrowly. Worthy and Abdul-Jabbar led the Lakers for 19 points, 39 minutes each. Magic played 42 minutes and had 12 points. Michael Cooper, A.C. Green, Mike McGee, Mitch Kupchak, Mo Lucas, Maurice Lucas. That name doesn't sound right. And Ronnie Lester. I swear Maurice Lucas was a guy from the 1960s. Guess not. Mo Lucas. Huh. I guess he didn't play a lot. He didn't really play a lot of games for the Lakers, but Mo Lucas. I thought Maurice Lucas was the guy in the 1960s. I probably think it's Jerry Lucas. But Maurice Lucas, 10 points in 9 minutes, that's pretty good. Ronnie Lester. Ronnie Lester. Who else did Ronnie Lester play for? Oh, he played for the Bulls. He left just before the Lakers got Michael. Huh. So anyway, the 86 Celtics, 30 points for Larry Bird, getting 6 guys in double digits, including off the bench Jersey. Bill Walton played for the 86 Celtics. I knew that. Scott Wedman, Rick Carlisle, Coach Rick Carlisle, David Third Kill, that's fun. Greg Kite and Sam Vincent, Third Kill. I'm interested to see where he played. Oh, he didn't play much in his NBA career. He played like 3 years. So the Celtics won on prolongation. In Game 2, they won in regulation, 102-93. The Lakers, 26 from Abdul-Jabbar, 19 from Magic, 14 from Worthy. The Celtics, Third Kill, had 2 points. Sam Vincent, 10 points off the bench in 8 minutes. 24 from Larry Bird, 23 from Danny Ainge. Danny Ainge, I don't know, could put 20 points a game. Could he? Maybe collegiate career he did. The Lakers back home at the Western Forum, they lose 115-106. Yikes. 28 from Larry, 25 from Robert Parrish, 22 from Kevin McHale. So yeah, they had kind of a small bench. The Lakers didn't really have a bench of their own. 24 from Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and 20 from Magic. such great bliss, if you will. So not bad. But the Lakers are in deep trouble. They could get swept. Thankfully, they didn't. 108, 105. 20 from McHale, 19 from DJ, 19 from Bird, 17 from Parrish. That's all right. So, third kill. Like 11 minutes with 6 points. Sorry, I'm obsessed with that name. Magic did okay. Kareem with 21. Murphy with 20. Mike McGee came off the bench, 13 points in 17 minutes. I don't remember where he's from. I keep thinking Stanford, but I'm wrong. Well, 2-3-2. We go to game 5. Is this the end? This is the end. Damn you, who the hell? So the Lakers would not have upset the 86 Celtics team that only lost one at home in the regular season. That being Portland. To Portland. 112, 106, 27 from Bird, 22 from McHale, 19 from BJ, 17 from Parrish. Maurice Lucas, 13 points off the bench in 12 minutes. 22 from Myron Scott, 20 from Worthy. Magic, only 12. Kareem, only 17. Wow. That is just amazing. But it just kills. And that's not what I like. I don't like it at all. I guess not.